Hi, boys and girls. It is now time for science. So, if you do not have your science book in front of you, both your textbook and your activity manual and a pencil to write with, pause this video and I'll be waiting. Okay, so today is a very exciting day, boys and girls, because we are starting a brand new chapter. Now, we're going to skip way ahead in our book. We're going to fast forward all those other chapters. Those are great and interesting chapters too. But I want to get to an exciting chapter, which is the solar system. And it's okay if we don't get to those chapters later on this year, but let's work on the solar system because I think you're really going to enjoy that. Before we go ahead and start, please open your activity manual to page 151. And I don't have all my books here in front of me because most books are on my computer. And I want to show you what page 151 looks like. Okay? That's page 151. So look at page 151. And that's what it looks like. The title is Looking Ahead. So pause this video and find the page, and when you are ready, press play again. Okay, so it says on page 151, Looking Ahead, put an X in the first column if you have never heard of the word before. Put an X in the second column if you have heard the word before. In the last column, write what you think each word means. So pause this video right now and go ahead and work on page 151. If you've never heard of it before, mark an X. If you have heard of the word before, mark an X and write down what you think it means. Okay, I'll be waiting. Okay, very good. So we'll come back to that page later. Okay, right now that's what I wanted you to do. It's almost like the activity we do in class with the Post-its, where you write down the things that you know about a certain topic. Same type of activity, except that instead of writing it on a Post-it, you are writing it in your book. Okay. All right, now open up to your science book, page 179. 179. And so that I'm not swinging my laptop or my iPad around for you to see my laptop, I'm just going to go ahead and take a picture of that page so that you see what that page looks like. I did this before. That page looks like that. Page 179. And if you look there, in the bottom there's a picture of a scientist using a telescope. This is a telescope. Okay? Now, you're going to read page 179. You can go ahead and pause this video and read that to yourself. Unpause when you are done. Okay, so I'm glad you're back. So this page tells us about how the Bible tells us that God created the heavens and the earth. We live on earth, and we can say that heaven is anything beyond our atmosphere. Earth is just a tiny piece of what the scientists call the universe, a very small piece. You can see parts of the universe every time you look at the sky. So, like, I'm recording this on Thursday, right? But you're watching it Friday. It is a very clear day out today. So if you go out at night and you look up to the stars, you'll be able to clearly see the stars. That's all part of God's creation. God made this for us. And we are the earth is a very tiny part of that beautiful creation in the heavens. Okay? Turn to page 180. Turn to the next page. And we have some vocabulary words that I want you to remember. Those words are solar system. If you look at page 180, it's written in bold print. So the first word is solar system. The next word is revolution. And the next word is planet. You are going to read page 180 on your own. And I want you to look for those 3 words. And when you're done reading, you're going to continue this video to talk about the meaning of those words. So right now, pause the video and read page 180. Don't skip the reading part. I know the temptation is just to keep watching the video. Don't do that. Pause the video, read, and then come back. I'm not going anywhere. Okay, very good. So what is the solar system? What is the solar system? The solar system is the sun and all the objects that revolve around it. And you have a nice picture on page 181 and 180 of the solar system. So the center of the solar system is the sun, and you have all the planets and all the objects that revolve around it. Is the sun a planet? The answer is no. The sun is not a planet. The sun is a star. Actually, boys and girls, you're going to find this hard to believe, but the sun is not even the largest star in the universe. The sun is just an average-sized star. They are much bigger stars than the sun. But for us, in this solar system where we live, it is the center of the solar system. God made the objects in the sky to move in patterns. These patterns allow us to tell time. It allows us to plant crops according to seasons, and it helps us plan space exploration. So God created these planets to rotate, to go around the sun in a very specific pattern. That's why, boys and girls, even though all of these objects are rotating around the sun, nothing ever bumps into each other. You don't ever hear of 2 planets bumping into each other, or the moons, or the planets and the moons bumping into each other. That never happens, because the way God created the universe so perfectly balanced and spaced, that's amazing. That is amazing. All right, let's talk about the word revolution. What is a revolution? A revolution is the motion of one object around another. The motion of one object around another. So I'm going to go ahead and grab my mouse. You've seen this in school, right? Let's pretend that this is our solar system, our sun. And let's pretend that this here is one of the planets. A revolution is the way the planet goes all around another object. So in this case, the object being the planet, a revolution is the motion or the movement that the object makes around another object. Okay? How would you describe a planet? What is a planet? And that's the next word. A planet is simply a ball of rock that revolves around the sun. A planet is a rock that revolves around the sun. Okay? How many planets orbit the moon, the sun, pardon me. How many planets orbit the sun? Does anyone know how many planets orbit the sun? They are 8. 8 planets that go around the sun. Now, if you look on page 180, the second paragraph, the paragraph that starts with a planet, it gives you the names of all the planets in order: Mercury, Venus, Earth, Mars, Jupiter, Saturn, Uranus, and Neptune. All these planets move around the sun in the same direction, but they move on different paths. So they're going in the same direction, but they're going on a different path. And that's how beautifully God created this. God created a beautiful and perfect system so that these planets, as I just said before, are not going boop. Could you imagine how horrible that would be? That would be terrible. But that's not what God created. He created it in a perfect way. An orbit is the same word as saying revolve. So we could say the earth revolves around the sun, or we could say the earth orbits the sun. They both mean the same. Now, even though I'm going to use the sun, and I'm going to use the tip of this eraser to show that this is a planet. Even though the planet revolves around the sun, it's also doing another motion. It's also at the same time rotating. It is spinning. So it's doing two things at the same time. It's going around the sun, and it's also spinning. Okay? It's spinning around. And next week, I'm going to send home via email a video for you to continue watching because it's fascinating. Okay? It really is fascinating. So one spin, so the earth, I wish I had my globe here from school. The earth spins around the sun, and that is called a rotation. Okay? A rotation. We call one spin a rotation. Does anyone know what one rotation on Earth is called? One rotation on Earth is called a day. So the Earth, let's say this is the Earth, right? The Earth rotates or completely spins, and it takes one day. And it takes a year. It takes one full year for Earth to orbit the sun. So which is faster? A revolution or an orbit or a rotation? A rotation is faster. It takes one day for the Earth to rotate and a whole year for it to revolve around the sun. Very good. So page 181 is just a picture of the solar system. And you can see that they are evenly spaced. Not one is ever going to touch the other. Okay? Does the sun really move across the sky at all? It doesn't. The sun does not move. These paths, if you look at page 181, they're not all the same length. Some are shorter, some are longer, but they never, ever touch. Okay? We know that to rotate means to spin. And an object in space that is moving is Earth. Okay? Let's go on to page 182. And this is a very special project that you would have done at home anyway, because this is not a project that we do in school. This is an at-home project. Please read page 182 on your own. And basically, here's what you're going to do. And mom and dad, if you're listening, they're going to need your help on this, okay? In your activity manual, you are going to find these two pages. On pages 153 and pages 155. Now, had we been in school, I would have given you the paper to hold on to these, but let me not get ahead of myself. So what you're going to do is cut out the planets as carefully as you can. You see the little dots on the top? That is where you're going to put string or yarn to hold them, because you're making a mobile. If you look at page 182 in your textbook, it's instructions on how to make the mobile. So you're going to have to get your own string or yarn. Okay, if you don't have any at home, ask mom and dad. I was just at the Dollar Tree. You all know how much I love the Dollar Tree. I think it's cheap. They do have yarn for $1. So you can go ahead and pick up some yarn. Hopefully you have it at home and you don't need to pick it up. Now, unfortunately, I cannot give you the crossbars that I would have given you had we been in school, because I would have printed them onto cardstock and it would have been nice and firm. So I can't do that for you. And most parents don't have cardstock paper to put in their computer, into their printer. So what you can do is either use dowels, or you can use skewers. Make sure that they're not pointy. Have your parents help you. Skewers are things that you make. You put like fish in, or not fish, chicken, and put it on the barbecue. You could do it with shrimp. Skewers. Your parents know what I mean. So you could ask your parents. And this will all be in an email for your parents. You're going to make a mobile. And you're going to put the planets in order. And you're going to put the sun in the center. So you're going to read all about it on pages 182 and 183. These are the pages that you are using. Okay? So please make sure that you do that. This project is due next Thursday. So what you're going to do to show me that you've done it, you are going to take a picture of yourself holding it, complete it, and mom is going to send me that picture. Or if you want to show me a video, you could go ahead and video and send me the video. Either way, but I need to see it by Thursday. Okay, boys and girls? So if mom and dad have any questions, they could send me an email and I will do my best to answer as soon as possible. Okay, we went a little bit ahead, but that's okay. Let's go to page 152 in your activity manual. And we are going over page 152 together. Remember, if I go too fast, pause it and go back. I will do my best to spell the words for you. Excuse me. Get some water. There we go. I will do my best to spell the words for you, but follow along, okay? So number 1, it says fill in the blanks. Number 1, the sun is a, what is the sun? Star. S-T-A-R, star. Number 2, the motion of one object around another is called a, what is it called? It's called a revolution. Revolution, and that is spelled R-E-V-O-L-U-T-I-O-N. Revolution. Good. Number 3, The number of planets that revolve around the sun is... What is the number of planets that revolve around the sun? And that answer is 8. E-I-G-H-T. 8. Number 4. One spin of a planet is called a rotation. It is a rotation. R-O-T-A-T-I-O-N. Perfect. Number 5. One complete revolution of a planet around the sun is called a... What is a complete revolution of a planet around the sun called? It's called a year. Year. Y-E-A-R. Year. Now, there's a reason why I'm spelling all these words. The spelling here is important because there is a secret message in the bottom. Number 6. Heaven is everything blank our atmosphere. What is that blank? Beyond. Heaven is everything beyond our atmosphere. B-E-Y-O-N-D. Beyond. Ready? Number 7. Every time you look at the sky, you see parts of the universe. Universe. U-N-I-V-E-R-S-E. Universe. Number 8. A planet is a ball of rock or gas that revolves around a... The answer there is star. S-T-A-R. Star. Number 9. God designed parts of the solar system to move in... And the answer is patterns. P-A-T-T-E-R-N-S. Very good. Number 10. A day is one rotation of a planet. P-L-A-N-E-T. P-L-A-N-E-T. Planet. 11. The sun and the objects that revolve around the sun are called the... What is that called? It's 2 words. Solar system. Solar is 1 word, and that is spelled S-O-L-A-R. And system is S-Y-S-T-E-M. Solar system. Now you're going to write all of the letters in the circle in order, and there is a special word. Go ahead and do that. Pause this video and then come right back. Okay, so number 12. The heavens declare his... What's the missing word? The word is righteousness. And all the people see his glory. And that is found in Psalm 97:6. Righteousness is spelled R-I-G-H-T-E-O-U-S-N-E-S-S. Okay, boys and girls, have fun creating your solar systems. Like I said, if parents have any questions, you may ask me anytime. I will do my best to answer your questions. Have a great day. Bye-bye.